Are you as excited for ArieForce One opening as we are? Mandrill Mayhem's testing at Chessington, and the first Zac Spin is being built in 12 years. Stay tuned as Nick and I dive into all of that on this week's episode of The Thrill Live. What's up, guys? It is Coasters and Things here today, back again with another episode of The Thrill Live. I am joined once again by Beyond the Thrills.
What is going on, everybody? It's been a busy couple of weeks for Jason and I. I know we said when we started Series 2 again, we were going to at least aim to record once every week. Obviously, it's not the case. But we're back with a new episode today regardless. So,
Yes.
How you been, Jason? You excited to record?
I've been doing good, yeah. That's still the goal, by the way, for those of you watching. It's still the goal to try and get an episode out every week. Now, it might not always happen, but that's the intended goal.
Yeah, we're going to aim for it. Can't promise anything, but we will try. So, first topic of this episode. This is episode 15, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow, we've done 15 of these now. It's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So first topic for today, Serengeti Flyer. It is now open to guests. This brand new S&S Scream and Swing stands 135 feet tall and reaches speed of 68 miles per hour. So Jason, hit us with some facts.
So this is opening at Busch Gardens Tampa. It actually had its pass holder preview on February 24th and officially opened to the public yesterday, February 27th. We're recording this on February 28th, for those wondering.
Yep.
And supposedly it's the world's largest Scream and Swing, which I thought all of the large-scale Scream and Swings were the exact same.
Yeah, I read somewhere that it is the same in terms of stats as the one at SeaWorld San Diego. It's either the one at San Diego or San Antonio. I can't remember.
San Diego has one. San Diego doesn't.
Then it's got to be San Antonio.
Yeah. Tidal Surge, I think it's called.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, that sounds right. So yeah, the stats are exactly the same as the one at SeaWorld San Antonio. I'm just glad to see that more of these S&S Scream and Swings are being built. I think they're great flat rides.
Yeah, not a whole lot to say about this topic, honestly, because if you've ridden one of these Scream and Swings, you've essentially ridden them all. Some have longer ride cycles than others, but if you've ridden one of these, you've essentially ridden all of them. I've ridden 3 at this point. The ones at Dollywood, Cedar Point, and Lake Compounds.
Yeah, I've done Skyhawk at Cedar Point, and I've also done the one on Adventure Pier at Maury's, which is right next to Great White, which is the smaller model. But the one at Cedar Point, Skyhawk, is obviously the normal size model.
Yeah. I'm thrilled that these are getting built more. They are really, really good flat rides. They really are.
Yeah, exactly. And I said this to you before we started recording. Finnegan's Flyer was built, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
2019, I want to say?
Yeah, at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, yeah. I would love to see more parks get these. Still don't really care for the name Serengeti Flyer. I think Serengeti Screamer would have been a better name, but what can you do?
All right, so like we said, that was a quick topic. There really was not much to say. The overall reception from guests and media so far, I will add real quick, is all positive from every YouTube video that I've seen so far. Amusement Insider, Coaster Force, the Tim Tracker. I checked out all their videos, and they all had positive things to say about Serengeti Flyer. So all good things there.
Yep. As expected, they are really, really good rides.
Yeah, can never go wrong with the Scream and Swing. All right, next model here. So track work for the new Intamin Zac Spin, going to Silk Road Paradise in China has been completed. It's the first Zac Spin to open in 12 years, actually, if you can believe that.
Yeah, that is pretty dang crazy, if I'm completely honest. It's the exact same model as Inferno in Spain, and Kiernu in Finland at Linnanmäki.
The one I'm most familiar with, talking about the Zac Spins, well, obviously Green Lantern, but that no longer exists at Magic Mountain. Insane at Grunewald.
Mm-hmm. Supposedly that's the best one, supposedly.
Yeah, yeah.
Which this Zac Spin, speaking of Green Lantern, this is the first Zac Spin that has been built since Green Lantern. I didn't even know these were still in production until this was built. I thought Intamin had discontinued these. The free spins took every problem with the Zac Spin and made it better. Now, I don't even like free spins, so I don't imagine I'd like Zac Spins either.
Yeah, I mean, both both SNS free 40 free spins and the Zac Spins still look better than Fireball at Adventureland in Long Island. At least you've seen that ride.
Yeah, although that ride, that's honestly, that looks like a wild mouse but vertical.
Yeah, but that doesn't even flip, and that ride just looks so lame to me. I'm sorry. I understand what they were going for, and it's not made by any big manufacturer, but nah, it just looks so lame.
It's the same type of ride as Wildehilde at Schwaben Park, the chicken coaster.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. So overall, were you surprised to see that they're building another Zac Spin?
Yeah, I didn't even know about this until you told me.
Yeah, I saw it for the first time earlier today as well, and I figured we might as well talk about it in this week's episode. Bit of a surprise. That's pretty much all we have for the Zac Spin. But again, first one to open in 12 years. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, there are now 5 of them in existence. Well, I guess, okay, 4, because Green Lantern, when it got relocated as V-Pair to LaRon, it never got built.
Yeah, is that like never going to happen now, or is the track still on site?
Yes, it's never going to happen. I don't think it'll ever happen.
Yeah, that was supposed to be 2019, right?
2020, actually.
Okay, so never say never, but the track could still be sitting somewhere in the back lot. You never know.
Probably. I mean, it was supposed to replace, what was it called? Super Menage or Super Menage?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They had the space for it, but at this point, since we haven't heard anything about it, and it is LaRonde, they may have just scrapped it as a whole.
And it is LaRon.
Yeah.
That's so bad saying that.
Yeah, if it was like Fiesta Texas or Great Adventure or Magic Mountain, one of Six Flags bigger parks that gets more attention, then yeah, they probably would have tried to make it work, but it's LaRonde.
Yeah. Let's now move on to the next topic. World of Jumanji or Jumanji at Chessington will be opening on May 15th. This is a park in England, for those of you who don't know. It'll include several flat rides and the new B&M wing coaster called Mandrill Mayhem.
Mandrill Mayhem looks awesome. Anytime I'm on Instagram or anytime I've just scrolled on Instagram on my phone this last week or so, I've seen testing footage and it looks pretty awesome. Not this crazy layout, but a lot of people are saying that it looks butter smooth. It's going to provide good forces, and the views around this whole new Jumanji area is really going to add to the ride experience.
Yeah, because for Mandrill Mayhem, for those of you who don't know, a mandrill is a form of a monkey or something like that, or a chimp, something like that. It's close to the like monkey, like that kind of animal. But anyway, it'll have a height of 66 feet. That might actually be the reverse spike.
Could be. I wouldn't count that out.
Height of 66 feet, max speed 45 miles an hour. It'll have one inversion and a multi-pass launch through the station.
Yeah, so we were having this conversation before we started. This will be the first B&M wing coaster to have a multi-pass launch through the station. Now, obviously, Thunderbird at Holiday World has an LSM launch, but that one does not launch through the station. That one slowly rolls out of the station and then speeds down the launch track. This one will actually pass through the station. And
I think this is the second wing coaster to have a launch. I think.
Yeah, I think just the second one. That sounds right. Gatekeeper doesn't have one. X-Flight. I don't think any of the ones overseas do.
Yeah, Maximus at Legoland Dutchland doesn't have one.
Yeah, we'll mention that in brief. We actually thought about talking that coaster as its own topic this week, but there really wasn't much to discuss other than the fact that the train looks so cool.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, though. Tons of wing coasters have been built in recent years.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to ask you, what park in the US could you see adding a wing coaster next? Like big park that we're talking about. Like a major theme park. Like a Six Flags, a Cedar Fair, maybe even like Universal.
You know, before last year, I would not have even considered a Six Flags. But with Six Flags having built Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger,
yep,
Six Flags is in the conversation again for B&M.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, although I don't think a Six Flags park. I think if any park could get it, I'd go with King's Dominion, probably.
Okay. Yeah, I could definitely see that actually.
Now, would I rather have something better over a wing coaster? Yes, absolutely. I'd rather have something better over a wing coaster to replace Volcano the Blast Coaster.
Yeah, well, they still have the space there because obviously Tomboli was not built. It's built in the same area that Volcano was, but it's still there. It was built where the top spin, the top spin, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank goodness, because if that had replaced Volcano, that would have been so horrific.
Yeah. So you never know. King's Dominion could have some special things up their sleeve in the years to come, and a B&M wing could be a possibility for them. I actually think that's a good fit for King's Dominion.
I also wouldn't rule out Worlds of Fun either.
Yeah, I don't know about that one as much. I think it was pretty shocking in itself that they're adding Zambezi Zinger. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
And it's Worlds of Fun. It's one of the smaller Cedar Fair parks. But anyway, we could talk about this all day. Let's move on to our next topic.
Yeah.
Have you seen Jumanji, by the way? Like the original with Robin Williams?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Okay. Good movie. And I know Chessington has a lot of themed areas, and movies is kind of like their theme.
All right. I didn't even know about this until you told me today, but I checked Facebook for myself, and yeah, what you said was right. Knoebels revealed on their Facebook pictures of their upcoming Bayern curve.
Yeah, there are only 3 of these classic rides left in existence. So I'm just gonna ask you this real quick. Do you count this as a credit?
No.
You don't. Okay. While it could be considered a kiddie coaster by some, well, no, I don't even know if I would call it a kiddie coaster by how fast it goes. Doesn't it reach like up to 65 miles per hour or something crazy like that?
It can go 70 miles an hour. It can go up to 70 miles an hour. But
that's not a kiddie coaster then.
Most parks that have them still run them around 45-ish miles an hour because I think they're too afraid to run them at full speed.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I know for ones that I know are still left, I know Berserker at California's Great America is the only other one in existence in America besides the one coming to Knoebels. But this is actually being built from 2 previous Bayern curves.
Yeah, it is.
And when I went to Ace Flies with the Phoenix at Knoebels last year, we got a backstage tour of it with like the construction stuff.
Oh, that's sick. That must have been really cool to see it up close.
It was cool.
But I actually remember you sending me pictures of this now when you went to that event.
Yeah, I wonder if it'll go full speed because Knoebels has actually straight up said that they run their rides at full speed the way they were designed to run back in the old days.
Now, that may be their goal, but will it actually happen? Because obviously, if it's not safe, they're not going to do so. But never count out Knoebels.
I gotta say, I don't see it happening because 70 miles an hour seems overboard for a ride that just goes around in a circle.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. And in this day and age, maybe they could have gotten away with it in like the 60s or 70s when these rides came about. But in this day and age, 70 miles per hour for a small, compact ride like that, I highly doubt it. But, and I've said this in the past on my personal YouTube channel, in videos, and even on my Instagram, there's so many rides at Knoebels that don't feel safe, but somehow pass inspection every year. And I'd say Phoenix is one of those rides.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to die on that ride.
If it does run at full speed, I think it would be the fastest ride at Knoebels, I think.
Yes. How fast does Twister go?
Like mid 50s, I'm pretty sure.
I'm almost positive it's faster than Phoenix, though.
It is faster than Phoenix, but how much faster? I'll RCDB this real quick because I don't remember right off the bat.
I got you. While you're searching that, I just want to say for Knoebels, this is a
52 miles an hour.
Okay. Yeah, and I want to say Phoenix is like 45 to 50, somewhere in that range. So not much faster.
Phoenix is 45, yeah.
Yeah, Twister feels a lot faster than 52. Okay.
It does. But one last thing real quick about this is supposedly it will have the horn, which I'm so excited for. I really hope they come through with that.
Yeah, that's like a signature piece to these rides.
Yeah, and the one at California's Great America, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have the horn anymore.
Yeah, that's a shame, especially for older folks that have ridden these rides when they were kids. They'll be like, oh my gosh, the horn. So that's
cool. The one that used to be at Kennywood a few hours away.
Yeah, that's true. But I was just going to say real quick while you were searching that, I think this is a great ride for Knoebels. Obviously, Knoebels goes for that classic amusement park feel, and this is just a perfect fit to their already great collection of rides.
Obviously, it's not a roller coaster, but they showed us the land where it was going to be built. You couldn't fit a roller coaster in that land.
Yeah, no. I do think that Knoebels does have some room to work with, and I think they could, because a lot of their flat rides are movable carnival rides that they could move to different locations in the park if need be. So I think if they did a little, I don't know if you want to call it rearranging, they could make room for a coaster down the line. So never say never.
Knoebels seems really landlocked though now.
They also own more land than you think, because you got to remember they own all that land with the campground as well. And there's really no entrance to Knoebels. You can kind of just walk in wherever you want.
That's what's so great about Knoebels.
Yeah. So it would be cool to see a coaster there down the line. And now our last topic.
Yeah.
We finally have everything set. And a weekend in April, we will be going to ride ArieForce One.
Yes.
So Fun Spot America Atlanta officially revealed the opening date for ArieForce One. This long-awaited RMC is ready to launch March 31st.
Finally. It feels like forever. I've been waiting so long for this.
Yeah, so myself, Jason, and our friend Nathaniel, Hawk0G on Instagram, we will be headed out to Georgia. Well, Nate and I will be flying to Georgia. You don't have to fly, obviously, but we're going to hit up Fun Spot America Atlanta and Six Flags Over Georgia for a weekend in April, and I'm just so stoked. And we were having this conversation before we even started recording. It's pretty crazy that Twisted Cyclone won't even be the best RMC that we're going to ride on the trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe. Never say never. Me and Nate could prefer Twisted Cyclone to ArieForce One. You never know, but I highly doubt it.
I was about to say, it's going to be hard to prefer many coasters over ArieForce One.
Yeah, I think of every coaster that we're going to ride on this trip, ArieForce One is without a doubt going to stand alone as the best. Goliath at Six Flags Over Georgia looks great as well. I'm excited to ride that.
Yeah, I just wish it'd get a repaint. The paint is so faded on it.
Yeah, Nitro needs one too at Great Adventure. There's there's a lot of coasters in the Six Flags chain that need repaints. It was great to see that Georgia Scorcher got one a couple years back, at least.
Yeah, finally, that coaster needed it so badly. That had probably the worst looking paint out of any coaster in the world.
Yeah, and you said it runs very smooth too.
It is very smooth, and it's very, very intense.
Yeah, there's so many coasters that we're going to ride on that trip. Now, obviously, assuming that the Spaghetti Bowl coasters are not open when we go, you will not be getting any new credits on this trip.
Right. Which is looking like they might actually open the way Six Flags Over Georgia is teasing it.
Yeah, so earlier today, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so let me pull this up on Instagram again. It says, anyone else feel like having some biscotti for breakfast tomorrow? Yum.
So you guys will not be seeing this episode until after Six Flags Over Georgia's announcement.
You mean New England's announcement?
No, Six Flags Over Georgia. You said ready for some spaghetti tomorrow. So that could mean there could be an announcement tomorrow. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, dang. I didn't even think about it that way.
You know what I mean? Yo, what's up, guys? Future Nick here. So I thought I'd pause the pod here real quick because Six Flags Over Georgia did make an announcement earlier today. Jason and I recorded this episode last night, and turns out I was right after all. So the Spaghetti Bowl coasters will be called Kid Flash Cosmic Coaster, and it will be located in the Gotham City section of the park. I will say what I'm probably looking forward to most about this kiddie coaster, or kiddie coasters, is the LED lighting panels along the track. I think it's really going to lighten up the area, and it's going to look very cool at night. Because clearly, these are just kiddie coasters, and they're not anything crazy. So adding the LED panels will make the ride a lot cooler than it actually is.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Six Flags New England's announcement.
No, they're probably going to announce a new flat ride or something tomorrow as well. But I'm talking about the Spaghetti Bowl coasters. Think about how they worded it. Spaghetti for breakfast tomorrow. So could there be an announcement tomorrow?
Could be.
Yeah. So when we go on that trip, you could be receiving 2 new credits.
Potentially. Because assuming I get
if we get both sides, that's another thing. I'm not trying to wait an hour and a half for kiddie coasters.
Yeah, which, by the way, I think I should mention this now. Next week, I'll be going to Universal. Finally. I was going to make a short about this, and I probably still will make a short about this announcement. But for those of you watching this before that, I'm going to Universal on March 5th and 6th, assuming I get all the credits there, except Pteranodon Flyers, because I can't ride that, obviously. Assuming I get all the credits there, that'd put me at 325. ArieForce One will be 326. Big Bear Mountain will be 327, or somewhere close to that. The 2 Biscotti Bowl coasters will be 328 and 329. After that, I don't know.
Yeah, you got a exciting, 2 months coming up here. I'm glad you mentioned that you're going to be getting new credits, because the special segment this week is actually just a question for you and has nothing to do with me.
Oh, really?
I figured since you're going to Universal, why not make this question just for you? Which 3 dark rides are you looking forward to riding most for the first time during your upcoming visit? So let's hear it. And this could be both studios and islands.
Hang on. Let me go to Universal's website, because I don't remember all of the dark rides.
Yeah, there could be a few that are escaping you. I was going to do which coasters were you looking forward to the most, but I don't know. I thought that'd be too easy. Velocicoaster, Hagrid's, and Hulk. or are you more excited for Rip Ride Rocket than Hulk?
No, I'm not as excited about Rip Ride Rocket as I am Hulk.
Okay, yeah. I know that one's a little interchangeable, so thought I'd ask.
Probably the one I'm most excited for is probably Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. That looks like probably one of the best dark rides in the world. It's been ranked the #1 dark ride in the world several times.
Yeah, it has.
Next, I'm looking. I'm looking.
Which ones did you do when you went to Universal when you were younger? Like, what's one you do remember?
I did E.T. I did the Simpsons ride.
Simpsons ride is awesome.
It's awesome, but man, it makes you feel really weird. But anyways,
I still wish I got the chance to do Back to the Future the ride, as great as the Simpsons is. But
I did Twister, which oh my gosh, that great ride was so cool. I missed that ride.
Yeah. I've mentioned this on the pod already a few times, but I'll be going to Florida with my school in a couple months, or like 2 months, a little more than 2 months. Yeah. And I'll miss Twister because now it's Jimmy Fallon.
But anyways, 1, I put Harry Potter Forbidden Journey. 2, I'm gonna go The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man.
Okay.
I really enjoy Marvel comics a lot more than DC comics. Sorry, Six Flags, but Marvel is so much better. But 3, is Despicable Me Minion Mayhem a dark ride?
Yeah, why not? It's 3D glasses. It's a dark ride.
I'd probably go with that thing because I love the Despicable Me movies. They are really funny.
Yeah. Despicable Me is a good movie. I haven't watched them in a while. I saw The Rise of Gru this summer. I only saw about 10 minutes of it because I was working at the summer camp and had to keep running kids to the bathroom. But yeah, Minion movies are great. So recap: Forbidden Journey, Spider-Man, and Minion Mayhem.
Yeah, we are going to steal the moon. I love this movie. It's so good.
Yeah, great movie.
And no, I'm not including Revenge of the Mummy or Escape from Gringotts as dark rides. I consider them roller coasters because RCDB counts them as roller coasters.
I would too. Yeah, I would too. While they are indoor coasters and have incredible theming, they're not really dark rides. You have any restaurants that you're like kind of intrigued to try, or are you just gonna?
What's that place? The Simpsons place that has the huge donuts.
The Lard Lad donuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you could try one of those. Krusty Burger. Everyone, I know a lot of people like Mythos restaurant in the Lost Continent.
Oh, I want to try frozen butterbeer. I want to try frozen butterbeer while I'm there.
That's another one. Yeah. So next week, after your trip to Universal, you'll have to tell everybody about it. Well, I assume you're going to vlog.
Of course I am.
Yeah. So you can check out his vlogs, obviously, but we'll talk a little more about it on here too.
I'm stoked for both parks, especially Islands of Adventure.
Yeah. Both parks are awesome. I feel like Studios gets a little neglected now because of Velocicoaster and Hagrid's, but that's not to say it's a bad park. There's still a ton of awesome rides there too.
Skull Island Reign of Kong, is that a dark ride?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's not a roller coaster. So yeah, I'd say it's a dark ride.
Oh yeah. Even expanding it further, Dudley Do-Ride's Ripsaw Falls looks like one of the best log flumes in the world.
I didn't ride that. I don't know why me and my sister decided not to do it. We had our ponchos ready to get drenched, and we, for whatever reason, when we were at Universal, decided not to do it. But I'm going to make sure I check it out when I go in a few months. So go on it for me, man, and let me know how it is.
I will.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Wow. Glad we had a lot to talk about in this week's episode. Obviously, it's still the off season. Well, kind of. We're almost at that point where parks are starting to reopen now.
Almost. This upcoming weekend is the unofficial end of the off season and the official beginning of the main theme park season again.
Yeah, we made it. I'll say this. If we didn't take a break, I really don't know. Like saying we had continued to record every week, I don't know what we would have talked about in a couple of those weeks there, because there were a couple weeks there where the industry was pretty quiet outside of like Disney news.
It was.
Yeah. But excited that everything is reopening. Obviously, you got your Orlando trip. We're going to head down to Georgia. Me and Nathaniel hang out with you down there. We got a lot of big things coming up. So
yeah.
Wrap us up, man.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more episodes of The Thrill Life coming soon. Thank you, Nick, for joining me again. And this is Coasters and Things, and
Beyond the Thrills.
Signing out. See y'all later.